The Valley News Live Storm Team has issued a first alert weather day.
Good afternoon. Storms already rumbling. They started this morning and they continue to work their way through the valley. Now, as we speak, we've got some approaching the FM Metro in Cass County and moving east from there. You can see on our Skycam that we're looking at some pretty dark skies coming our way, just in time for many of us to take our lunch break and maybe step outside for that afternoon walk. Might want to hold off on that for now if you're in the FM Metro. Different story for those of us up north. It's been relatively quiet in places like Grand Forks, where the focus has been more in the southern half of the valley for these storms today. So there are some areas where we're getting a little rain initially ahead of this, but this is the main cluster of rain and thunder that we've got going on. It is just outside the metro, and you can see that there are some places where we have some heavier rain coming down. One cell or a grouping of cells between the Leonard and Kindred area, back into northern parts of Richland County, and then heading farther back into Barnes County, a heavy bout of rain over by Catherine and Fingal, and moving over to the east from there, mainly south of Valley City at this point in time. I've checked into it. Doesn't look like there's much for anything associated with hail at the moment with these storms. They're not necessarily developing more beyond what we're seeing here. We're not really getting that severe type weather at the moment, which is good. Just a good downpour as these roll through. And again, they're on our doorstep in the FM Metro. We'll put this into motion again to show you over the last hour how they've been moving. Generally moving east northeastward. So this is lifting in, and then we'll watch those cross over into Minnesota. And, you know, as it does so, we could see them strengthen a little bit as we heat things up heading into the afternoon. So that is definitely the one to watch right now, at least. Our temperatures have been warming, but not as much as they could have been because of the ongoing cloud cover and rain and thunder. We're into the 70s. And factor in that humidity, and it does feel quite muggy for us as we continue here today. So that's always going to be a factor no matter what the temperature is this weekend. Now, looking at your wind speeds, they're out of the south for those of us not getting a thunderstorm, generally in that 5 to 20-mile-per-hour range, a couple of gusts higher than that. If you have a storm passing through, you might get some gustier winds. So here's a look at our hour-by-hour planner. We've got this one round moving through, this cluster of storms that's going to continue to roll through and bring rain and lightning and thunder east. Again, it may intensify a little bit as we head into the afternoon. That's something to watch out for the potential for some severe, we're looking at through the day today. Anytime we see some thunderstorms develop from here on out, there is that potential that we could see those storms become severe. So you can see there's a cell just south of Wadena and this particular model simulation that could be, looks like a little bit more robust as that moves off to the east. So that's one round. Heading into the later parts of the day, we're getting a little bit of a break, and then the cold front starts to move through, and that will be bringing more chances for severe weather, especially into the late night hours tonight, the potential for some wind, some damaging winds associated with it heading into the overnight. Now, into tomorrow morning, this is 2:30 in the morning. You could see that it's basically winding down at that point and starting to clear as we head into your Saturday morning. So there might be a little bit lingering depending on timing, but overall, we're kind of clearing things out heading into the start of the day on Saturday. So here's a look at our severe weather risk. If you watched this morning on the Valley today, you may notice there's been a little bit of an adjustment. We've got that slight risk in yellow there on the map. It's shifted a little more east and a little more to the north as well into parts of Minnesota. So Grand Forks, Fargo, eastern North Dakota still included in that, but our counties over in the Devil's Lake area, Gems River Valley, still under a risk, but not quite to that level. We're looking at that risk for severe weather, all modes possible, including an isolated tornado. And of course, heading into the weekend, more chances for storms. Right now, Saturday looks like a day where we might get a big break before we get another round Saturday night and into Sunday. And then again into Sunday, more chances for severe weather affecting us. So we always want to remind you, make sure you have that Valley News Live First Alert app downloaded. And keep your phone charged too, so that you'll get all of the weather alerts that we'll be sending your way through the weekend.
Those are great tips, because I remember going downtown last time it rained like this and my phone was on 20% and I had to drive around flooded waters. And of course, I was new here. So thanks again, Lisa. It does help.